In the tranquil, idyllic suburb that we called home, my life was a testament to the extraordinary. Each day brought with it the soothing rhythm of office work, the delightful laughter of my beloved daughter, and the radiant warmth of my adoring wife's smile. It was a life defined by its remarkable simplicity and contentment until the day an unexpected fever arrived, signaling the ominous beginning of the haunting nightmare that lay ahead. It began innocuously enough, a mild headache followed by an escalating temperature. My wife, always the pragmatist, suggested I retire early, hoping a good night's sleep would fend off whatever was ailing me. Obligingly, I trudged up to our bedroom, my body feeling heavier with each step. As I collapsed onto the bed, the world around me began to blur into darkness. The first dream yanked me from reality with such ferocity, it left me breathless. I found myself in our home, but it was grotesquely distorted, as if seen through a carnival mirror. The walls pulsed with a life of their own, and the air was thick with a sickening metallic scent. I called out for my wife and daughter, but my voice was swallowed by the silence. As I navigated the twisted corridors of my own home, the familiar turned foreign. Photographs on the walls sneered at me, their subjects' eyes following my every move. Toys strewn about whispered threats in voices both childlike and malevolent. My heart raced, a drumbeat of terror, as I searched for my family. Finally, I stumbled upon my daughter's room, but it was empty, save for a single rocking chair that moved of its own accord. As I watched, paralyzed, the chair began to rock faster, its creaks growing louder, until, with a final screech, it stopped. And there, in the silence that followed, I heard a voice, soft and terrifyingly familiar, whisper, "Daddy, why didn't you save us?" I awoke with a start, my body drenched in sweat. The terror of the dream clung to me, a suffocating cloak. But it was just a nightmare, I told myself, a product of my fevered brain. Yet, the respite was short-lived, for as soon as sleep claimed me again, I was thrust into another horror. This time I was outside, the night sky above me a canvas of swirling, inky blackness. The ground beneath my feet squelched as if soaked with unseen horrors. Ahead, a light flickered, beckoning me towards our house, or what should have been our house. Instead, I found a mausoleum, its doors ajar, an invitation to the macabre. Inside, the air was cold, biting at my flesh. Shadows danced along the walls, mocking me. I moved deeper into the crypt that had once been my sanctuary, each step heavier than the last. And then, I saw them, my wife and daughter, standing with their backs to me, facing a grave that bore my name. I reached out, a plea on my lips, but as they turned, I saw the abyss in their eyes, the void where love once lived. They spoke in unison, a chorus of despair. "You left us here, alone." The ground opened beneath me, eager to claim its prize, and I fell, screaming into the darkness. The shock of the fall jerked me awake, heart pounding, a scream trapped in my throat. The room was silent, save for my ragged breaths. I was drenched in a cold sweat, the remnants of my nightmares clinging to me like cobwebs. I couldn't go back to sleep, the fear too palpable, too real. The sound of my wife's singing drifted through the baby monitor, a lullaby for our daughter. "Good night, little girl," her voice a balm to my frayed nerves. Grasping at this lifeline, I took the monitor and stumbled to the ensuite, desperate to wash away the remnants of my terror. Freshened up, I clung to the normalcy of the routine, taking the baby monitor with me to the home office. The soft murmur of my wife singing through the device was a stark contrast to the horrors that had plagued my dreams. It grounded me, a reminder of the life beyond the feverish nightmares. Then, the sound of the front door opening shattered the illusion of safety. My wife's voice, clear and unmistakable, called out, "Honey, I went out to get you some medicine. How are you feeling?" The room spun, the walls closing in. If she was here, then who was singing through the monitor? I stared at the device in horror as the voice continued, a haunting echo of my wife's, "Good night, little girl, forever."